Hey there, Squirrel Army. How's it going? Today I want to talk about Honored Heirloom.
You can join the Squirrel Army by subscribing.
Alright, so Honored Heirloom, it's a 3-mana manalith effectively, which 3-mana manaliths aren't that amazing, mostly, but we were talking about Intrepid Paleontologist just a little bit ago. Now, this obviously isn't as good as that, but it's almost there, I guess, in some ways, because it's similar in very many ways. Because it does the same sort of thing by exiling cards from graveyards for a couple of mana or whatever. So it has that scavenging ooze type effect built into it, and that's where I think, again, this is a useful type of an effect. I think that Paleontologist is obviously better because it's a creature, and some people will say, well, creatures are just worse because they die to everything or whatever. Artifacts still die to a lot of things, and yes, I know artifact removal is perhaps less common than creature removal or whatever in a lot of ways. Same sort of thing. Creature removal is apparently the most type of removal that's out there, but that's because it's the most numerous permanent type that's on the out there and whatnot, and it's also the most played permanent type. So it's just one of those things. You're going to see creature removal mostly because that's what people play and that's what's kind of available, and that sort of thing. But creatures are super duper useful still, but still this is quite useful as well because, yeah, again, creatures can attack, can block, can do all sorts of other things, can be recurred fairly easily, have a whole lot of other synergies like with Beast Whisperer, etc., blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into all of that. But for this card does have other synergies in other decks as well. You know, especially if you are artifacts, like for 3 mana, like you don't care that this thing makes colored mana of any color. Like if you're in 3 or 4 color decks, yeah, sure, 5 color decks, etc., sure, you take this as well. Absolutely, but if you're in 1 color, you probably don't care that much, especially if you're in green, but whatever, you have Intrepid Paleontologist then, so as I said, with Paleontologist, the fact that you get to cast dinosaurs or whatever, unless you're in a dinosaur deck or you're literally facing dinosaurs every week in your pod, that probably doesn't matter. The part that matters is you get rid of stuff from people's graveyards at instant speed so that they don't have access to it when they need it. That's what you want out of this. That extra utility to being able to exile cards from graveyards, when you need it. Like, when you need it to be a mana rock, it's a mana rock. And when you don't need it to be a mana rock, it's an exiling effect, which are both very good effects. People don't play enough, graveyard hate, and they're often looking for more mana rocks that help them out with their decks, especially 2, 3, 4, and 5 color decks. So this is a good option. It's not obviously the best and most powerful card that's in the toolbox, but again, it's just so versatile and useful. I can't believe it's taken us all this long to kind of, or at least me this long as well, to kind of realize, man, this is a good card and we should be playing this card more. I've started adding it to more of my decks because I've been like, bro, I need to exile people's graveyards, and if I don't have really good ways to do that already, well, probably want this thing then, because at least it's something that my deck already wants. Plus now, I've just tapped on, I can exile things from people's graveyards, which is super duper useful. So that's where I'm at with this. This thing needs more love. It's only a couple of cents worth of value here for the card. So, it's going to be easy to pick one up. I don't think they're going to be in short supply anytime soon. And I don't think that this will make them bounce up hundreds of dollars. I don't know. Maybe it will. Who knows? But, it's not a card that's super valuable, and it's a common, so it's fairly easy to find the thing, obviously. So, maybe they'll reprint it. I don't know. This is a very useful mana rock, and it has, a whole lot of places that it could go in every deck again. But yes, it probably doesn't go in a lot of green decks, but still, you can certainly find space for this in a bunch of decks because it's just so useful. But, you know, like, maybe you guys don't agree. You can let me know your thoughts down below, or you can just say, hey, yeah, I 100% agree with you. Whatever you want, write your thoughts down in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed one way or the other, and hope you will join me again in another one.